Hey, how are you? I'm Sean McGuire. Retirement's hard. It's a scary time, and it can feel like you're just about to embark on a whole new adventure. But with the right tips and tricks, you'll be able to sail through retirement with your head high, knowing you've done everything possible to make sure that the golden years ahead indeed are good. With that in mind, here are some 10 tips I'd like to share with you on how you can um, improve your retirement. Number one, boost your savings. It's never too late to save for retirement, even if you're in your 50s or 60s. If you haven't really thought how much you will need when you retire, now's the time to try and figure that out. Perhaps you should have a visit with your financial advisor to talk about these things. You're going to want to know how many years you want to plant you expected to live past retirement, and you're going to want to know what type of lifestyle you want to live during that time. If you don't know where to start, they're a good place to do that. And make sure they're factoring in the cost of healthcare as you retire, which, according to Fidelity, was around $280,000 per couple for healthcare costs in their retirement. Number two, if you're working for a large employer or maybe you have one set up through your business, learn about your 401k options and other tax free or tax deferment strategies that you might be able to utilize. Your 401k is one of the most important tools for your retirement, but it's also complex. There's a lot of rules, regulations, and it's hard to figure out again how much money you're going to need when you retire. So the best place to start is begin just by reading up on the basics, how the money your employer puts in your account each year, what type of investments are there available for you to choose from, how much money will be subtracted from each paycheck before it's deposited into each account. Don't make a mistake of just ignoring your pay stub, even though they don't really do pay stubs anymore. But you should be paying attention to where all those dollars are going. Number three, and this is a chapter in my book, Retirement Healthcare Secrets, which it's available on Amazon. If it's something that you're looking for, that's a guide for you in retirement. Um, how make the decision on maximizing your Social Security. Social Security is a great way to supplement your retirement income. Ensure that you'll be able to retire comfortably, and rightfully so, since you've been paying into it your whole life. But not everybody retires and starts taking Social Security at the same age. And if you do the math, you'll realize that Social Security can become a powerful tool for you in retirement if you find out ways to maximize it. And there's organizations out there that help you figure those things out. And if your financial advisor isn't talking to you about these things, maybe they should be. If you think there's a chance you want to retire earlier, um, you can begin your Social Security earlier, but your monthly payment's going to be much less than if you were to wait and take that money later in life. And again, that depends on your own situation, how healthy you are, and things like that. But this is something you should be considering. Next, check your budget and spending habits. When you're getting ready to retire, it's important to take a really good hard look at how much you spend your money. I know that it's not fun to do that sometimes, but it's really important for you to get an idea of what type of costs you will be facing and track your spending. So as you age and you begin to be on more of a fixed income, perhaps, then you will have a better idea of what you're spending money on. And you should consider things beyond utilities, other things like going out with friends, travel, and so on, because it's important for you to understand where the money is going so you can better budget that money in your retirement. Next, get a realistic picture of your retirement costs, kind of going on with what we were saying before. If you plan to retire soon, it's important to get a realistic expectation of how much money you will need to live on in the coming years. I think a lot of people make a mistake of thinking that everything's going to be fine and they retire early, and they they kind of burn through some of those resources a little faster than they had anticipated. Maybe it's through um, emergencies, healthcare situations, or other things, but are then having to adjust and kind of reduce their lifestyle a little bit as they get older. So it's important for you to really get an important, accurate assessment of how much you think it's going to cost for you to maintain your lifestyle in retirement. And then as you do that, and hopefully your financial advisor can help you figure that out, then you need to measure that and track your progress each year. It's easy to fall into the trap of, oh, if we just put anything in investing, it will fix everything. And once you stop working, all your problems will be solved because you've been investing that money. But you need to really be measuring your progress and adjust spending if needed in order for you to reach the goals that you have set for yourself. Next up, you're going to want to make sure to plan on how to transition to retirement. You've worked hard your whole life, and now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But before you do that, make sure you have a plan on how your transition is going to work. Um, do you have a vision of what that next chapter might look like? Are there things in your life that need to be changed or taken care of so you can really enjoy yourself? Um, Questions like this are important because these are the ones you want to be considering before making any big decisions on how much time off you want from work or when you want to retire. Then it really comes down to figuring out the time and how you're going to use your time in retirement. We all want more time with family and friends after working hard for decades. And while it seems like there are endless possibilities for spending time with loved ones, there are actually a few things that matter most. Staying healthy, so you can't really spend time and have quality time if you don't take care of yourself and your health. Staying connected with others, both physically and emotionally. I think a lot of people who've been working their whole lives were used to that camaraderie and maybe a little bit bored in retirement. So it's important to stay connected with others and make sure you're having fun. Make sure you're continuing to stay active. Don't just think about the kind of activities that keep your mind engaged. You want to keep your physical body engaged, and consider playing golf or gardening or any other hobbies that can get you outside and be active. One more after this, but this one's really important. Get serious about paying off any debt that you may have. One of the most important things that people do before retiring is get serious about paying off that debt so they don't have those financial constraints weighing them down once they stop working full time and are no longer earning an income from their career paths or business ventures. It also helps to make sure there are not any lingering debts hanging over your head that are maybe out of state or out of country. Before retiring from your occupation, you should really consider paying off any debts that you might have. And then finally, create a plan for healthcare in retirement. Healthcare costs, like I mentioned before, can be really scary after retirement, especially if you're not used to paying them out of pocket. I don't want you to be throwing up when you see the price on some of these things because you chose the wrong plan. But the good news is there are options out there that will keep you from doing that. And you can enroll in Medicare once you turn 65 or after you retire. And either of these options, there are options out there to protect what Medicare doesn't cover to make sure that you are able to have some peace of mind and not face huge costs in retirement. You also need to be planning for long-term care and have plans in place should you have a catastrophic healthcare event that might require rehabilitation or assistance at home. All of these things are covered in this book, Retirement Healthcare Secrets, which I had mentioned earlier in this video. It is available on Amazon or on our website, edbellis.org. It's never too early or too late to start thinking about healthcare retirement or your retirement planning in general. Whether you're a teenager looking forward to your graduation, an adult reaching your retirement age, creating a financial strategy that works for your budget and goals is essential, and it doesn't have to be complicated. It all starts with some basic organization and planning, but once you get started, it may prove rewarding, and you might end up having that dream retirement you have been thinking about all along. Thanks so much for watching the video. Please give us a like and share. If you like this content and want to learn more, you can subscribe to our channel, and we'll continue to be putting out regular videos like this for you into the future. Have a great day.